Welcome back to the NExT Appraisal Tool modules. In this module, we will be discussing question number 15. Is validity of the measures reported and within acceptable limits for this study sample, or justifies validity of this measure with the study population? This type of information is typically found in the methods section of an article. Validity is another measure of how a data collection instrument performs. For instance, if you have a weight scale in your bathroom at home, but when you step on it every time, you see that you are 5 foot 10 inches, this would indicate that the scale is not measuring your weight at all and thus is not a valid instrument for weight. Validity is a measure of if the instrument is measuring what it is intended to measure. Tests of instrument validity are listed on the slide. The intent of this appraisal question is to determine if the author reports any validity for the instruments being used in the study. We view this information to determine the trust placed in the instruments being used. Often, authors will simply cite other sources after the description of the instrument and make the broad statement that the instrument has previously demonstrated validity. It is preferred that the author clearly report the type and values that reflect the level of validity. We would also like to know if the instrument has shown validity in a similar population as this study. Here's an example from a published article. Note that in this example, the authors state that the validity of the instrument has been reported and citations are provided. In the next sentence, the authors describe strong validity exists with another citation. Unfortunately, this leaves the reader to refer back to those cited articles to know the type and reported validity. This, unfortunately, is a common approach to reporting validity, but should be more clearly reported by discussing the validity directly. In forming your appraisal response, decide if you feel the author clearly discussed or provided any information related to the validity of the instrument tool or instruments being used in the study. Notice on this slide, unlike previous ones, there is no indication to the correct response, as one could reasonably answer yes or no based on how they feel about that previous example. Remember, the appraisal is your honest reflection on do you feel the information was clearly provided. Congratulations, you have successfully completed this module. You may return to the main menu or continue to other appraisal modules in the NExT EBP course.